Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to another reading here at Transform with Rian. And in today's reading, we are going to find out about a secret that you need to know now. So, this reading will focus in a lot on something that is unknown to you, that's maybe happening in the background, behind the scenes, involving most likely other people, and that will have an impact on your life that is going to be positive. All right, so take a look at the three cards right here and see which one is calling you the most. If more than one is calling to you, that is a-okay. You are more than welcome to listen to multiple readings as it resonates with your intuition. All right, so we are going to start with group number one, the Mountain Road. So, hey there, group number one, who was drawn to the Mountain Road. On the bottom, it says, for you all, you are on the road to success. So this reading, once again, is all about a secret that you need to know about now. And these are about forces and people and things that are not in your immediate awareness that are working with you to accomplish, whatever goal or dream you have at this present moment. And so here we have, again, you are on the road to success. So what I'm seeing here and what I'm sensing, and I'll pull some more tarot cards here in just a moment to get some more information for you all. But what I'm seeing here is right now, maybe you are in a state where you're kind of doubting yourself. Maybe you are questioning some of the choices that you made. Maybe you're questioning if this is really the right path for you, if you're going to be successful doing this thing, whatever it is, exactly what I'm talking about. And you're maybe feeling a bit discouraged, okay? And what I'm getting here is many of you as well, there's this feeling of like not enough, okay? Like maybe you're not putting enough, maybe you're not doing enough, maybe you're not smart enough, maybe you're not aware enough, right? Like it's almost this feeling of like being insufficient, and that there's something that's lacking within you. Oh, okay, that's the word I was really looking for. That there's something that's lacking within you. Like maybe you're thinking that you're missing something, And really, you're doing just fine. That's the main energy and message coming through from your reading is you're doing just fine, and you're being a little bit too hard on yourself, When other people look at you and look at what you've been doing and what you've accomplished so far, they're really proud of you and they admire you for what you've been doing. And so even though you're not quite at that goal just yet, or maybe you haven't hit every benchmark along the way, right? Like maybe some check-in points, whether it's every week, every month, and you kind of check your progress, maybe sometimes you fall short of whatever the goal was for that week. And that's maybe what's been getting you feeling a bit discouraged. But know that you are making progress, and the universe sees it, the people around you see it, and no one is thinking that, you're slacking off or you're not enough. And everyone around you really sees that you're destined for success, sees that you're, really making progress and you're well on your way towards achieving what it is you set out for, okay? Now, let's get some tarot cards here. I haven't used the Mermaid deck in, feels like ages, because I've been away on my trip. So thank you all for watching this video. I know I've been gone and had a really rough time trying to get inspired and that energy and motivation to record some more readings. So thank you all for being so patient. Let's get some more tarot out for you. Oh, I don't know why I flipped that like that, y'all. What on earth was I doing? So let me know how you've been so far. I know some of you may know I was at a month-long trip to Taiwan and New Zealand, and it was a really memorable trip for me. A lot of time for self-reflection and a lot of time to be lazy, which was kind of tough for me, to be honest. I was really, maybe you can relate, I was really judging myself for not being so active and doing things, doing, and really just kind of lazing around and watching some Thai BL drama series. Oh my god, so crazy. And some RuPaul's Drag Race. Let me know if any of you are a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race or Thai BL series, which are my like current obsession. I've like rewatched this series called Together, and it's just been like making me feel so giddy and young inside, and I just love it. So back to your reading. Now that we have all the cards out, we have Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Hierophant, Three of Wands, Seven of Cups, Two of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and the Chariot. So what I'm really seeing here is, again, there's this energy of discouragement, like I was mentioning earlier when we were talking about the mountain road here, that feeling a bit down, but everyone around you, again, is like, yo, you are doing amazing. Like, I'm not really sure what you're tripping about, you know? Like, you're kind of confusing everyone around you because I think everything's fine and you're doing great. And you're the one that's maybe not seeing it in that same light. I feel a little bit of heartache here. So again, you know, there's this energy here that when you're not quite up to your personal standards and you're not meeting them, and I have the sense here that you have very high standards for yourself, that it's chipping away at your resolve. It's kind of chipping away at your spirit and your energy and dedication towards your goal. What I'm seeing here is this, in the Hierophant, we see this very, you know, wise and knowledgeable and experienced person writing this book, kind of explaining how to do something, sharing knowledge, for example, okay? And what I'm really getting from this card for all of you is it's reminding me of that song by Natasha Bedingfield, like Unwritten, and it's like the rest is still unwritten. And what is happening here that you may or may not realize you are doing is you're basing the current circumstance at the present moment. You're basing the future and the outcome on that. So it's kind of like one day you feel like you fall short of your goal, and then suddenly you think you fail and you're never going to reach your goal. And yet another day you maybe exceed your goal, and you do a lot better than you thought. And now you're kind of in that mindset of, okay, I can do this. But then it's a little bit easy even for you to go back to that negative mindset when you don't quite reach that subsequent benchmark, you know? And with this here, another secret that you need to know is like the future is not set in stone, okay? A lot of people, maybe they can predict and they can kind of make a very educated and logical guess about what the outcome is going to be based on what the present circumstances are. But at the end of the day, like more often than not, you really just don't know what's going to happen. You really don't know what twists and surprises life has in store for you up ahead, you know? There are times when you feel like maybe things are going to, you know, fizzle out and die and things are not going to work out well, and then miraculously they do, right? That's the beauty of life, is that it's full of miracles. Yeah, there can be disappointments as well, but I would argue that the overall vibe of life is improvement, is betterment, is things getting better, you know? And not just down, 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 down. Not for most people, okay? So I feel like that's what this card is really saying, is like, nothing is truly set in stone. Things can change, all right? And work out just beautifully for you. You just have to keep your eye on the prize, keep your eye on the goal, focus on this, like with this magnifying glass, it's like really just stay focused on what is the task today, get that done. Don't worry about the next steps if you haven't even finished the first step, you know? And I'm also hearing too that there's a lot of dreams that you have, which is beautiful and it's wonderful. And maybe at times you can get a little bit distracted on what you want to go for first. And what I'm really hearing here is to just stay focused, okay? That things can distract you and confuse you. And maybe it's like, oh, I messed up on this, so I should go do something else, you know? And that's really not the vibe or the energy that you need to be worried about. Just keep your eye focused. Again, like with the Three of Wands, and here with the Chariot and these two people dueling with the Two of Swords, what I'm seeing is with the Chariot, it's like keep charging forward, keep moving forward. If this is a dream and a goal you really, really want, you are guaranteed to have it. You just have to put in that hard work, be like 100% committed to it. Don't have any regrets. Don't, kind of do things halfway, right? Give it your all. I was trying to think of another way to say, half but but I was like struggling, so halfway. Don't do things halfway. And with this Two of Swords, it's like your mind can it's your worst critic, and there could be this battle in your mind, like, should I continue, should I quit, should I continue, should I quit, should I continue, should I quit? And it's really about, again, what is your goal? What are you trying to achieve here? How important is it to you truly? And if it's important to you, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to worry about and focus on right now, okay? Now, with the Three of Pentacles, I'm definitely hearing that there's a lot of support, and maybe people might not be able to support you directly, like, maybe they can't do your job for you, for example, or maybe it's like your family members and they don't work at the same place as you do, so they can't kind of help you out. But know that at least energetically and with their hearts and their spirit, they are supporting you and they're like cheering you on. It's like when I watch the Korean dramas and they're like, oh, fighting, like, or in like Japanese, like ganbatta, ganbatta ne, right? Like, you got this, you can do it. I think in the Thai BL dramas they say susu, susana, susana. I think that's what they say as like their words of encouragement. And they also do like fighting, like that fighting spirit, Okay, let's see what else we have coming through here. So you're gonna do just fine, all right? Keep your focus there. If you get upset about something, it's okay. Feel it in the moment, then dust yourself off and get back on track, okay? So we also have Three of Swords again. So you are really feeling a lot of disappointment. And again, I think this is mainly just yourself, being hard on yourself. So that's another secret, is like, we are oftentimes our own worst enemy. Like, we can be our biggest cheerleader, but we can also be our biggest sort of adversary, right? Our biggest nemesis. So don't just don't be too hard on yourself. I mean, that's honestly what I'm really hearing. We have the Six of Cups. Oh, beautiful. So I'm getting with this card is to have more fun in life, okay? You need to really insert a little bit more fun and stop focusing so much on the negative and kind of being in that headspace of Eeyore. Eeyore the donkey from Winnie the Pooh is like, oh, Pooh, it's just such a bad day. How Eeyore gets? Like, don't be in that. Like, look at life as this big adventure, and that, you win some, you lose some. And that doesn't mean you just stop whenever you lose. That means you just learn what you needed to learn and then play the next game. It's like video games. Like, once you die the one time, like, you just restart again. You start on the next level, or start at the beginning of the level again, I mean. And so you just keep going for it. Like, that's life as well. Sometimes life and video games aren't that far off in a lot of the basic concepts and elements, okay? Now, with the Ten of Swords, this is really telling me that this is not the end, okay? Like, it may look like an ending whenever you fall short or whenever you feel like you fail, but it's really not, okay? Like, it ain't over till it's over kind of vibe here, because with this Phoenix, it's just about getting back up, rising back up again from whatever mess was created here, and just moving forward. And this Nine of Cups, again, I cannot stress this enough, loves. This is really telling me your wish will be granted. The Nine of Cups is one of my favorite cards to see in a reading. Y'all know my favorite card is the Star card, but the Nine of Cups is another amazing card. It's about wishes being granted, all right, for you. And so I really feel like you just have to hang in there and don't get discouraged. All right, so I really hope you enjoyed your reading today. It felt really good to share these messages with you, love. So if you feel so inclined, please don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with anyone that you feel would benefit as well. I'll see you next time, loves. Hey there, group two. Welcome to your reading to find out a secret that you need to know right now. And for those of you that were drawn to the bow card, right here on the bottom, it says, "You are highly thought of." So, what I'm getting with this message to begin your reading is a little bit similar to group one in the sense that maybe perhaps you've been a little bit worried or overthinking or a little bit hard on yourself, thinking that someone, maybe like a boss or a partner, a parent, family member, someone whose opinion you really respect and value, maybe you think that they think poorly of you, or maybe you had done something and perhaps it upset them, and it's almost like you're more upset that you hurt them or upset them than they are about what you did. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like overall, this person has a very positive opinion of you and a very positive outlook on you, but you've just been so worked up and worried and like overthinking things, that you're kind of going on this downward spiral. And I'm also getting to that perhaps there hasn't been much communication, so that's why it's like your imagination is running wild and you're thinking like worst case scenario, and that's totally not what's happening here. It's kind of reminding me right now when I first got onto those online dating apps and websites, like Tinder, OK Cupid. I think there was like Plenty of Fish once upon a time. Are there any other dating apps that I can't even remember. But, you would message somebody and then they would reply to you almost like really quickly, within the same day or the very next day, and you have this good back and forth going, and then one day they don't reply to you on their usual timeline and you get worried like, oh my god, are they ghosting me, or did I say something wrong, did I do something wrong? And then you think they're not into you anymore, and it's just maybe they were like super busy that day and couldn't get back to you, or maybe they're thinking about their response and they want to make sure it's thought out before they send you something. It could be, I don't know, it could be something like that, or there was like a family emergency, a friend emergency, so they couldn't get back to you in a way that they normally would want to, or in a way they normally do, or it's kind of like when you have to give a presentation and you can't really tell how well you did because the teacher hasn't released the grades yet, and so you're kind of like worried and you're thinking about, oh, what did I do wrong? Like you're kind of being very nitpicky over your performance in the presentation, right? So I really feel like that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, and there's really no need for you to worry because they are not thinking about you in a poor light, and for the instances in which maybe there was a mistake that she made and you might have hurt their feelings, offended them, or something like that, I feel like the tarot will help clarify a little bit of that. So why don't we go ahead and get that information, all right? So group two with the bow, let's see what the tarot has to share to expand upon this secret that you need to know. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, the Empress, Death, and Knight of Pentacles. And we also have, wow, we got a couple of knights there with the Empress even. So we have the Magician. Ooh, the Lovers. Oh, and we got two. Okay. The Queen of Wands and the Page of Swords. Okay, so what I'm getting here, which is very interesting, there's a lot of interactions here with the cards. So we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. There's this energy of like defending that I have here, where it's almost like this person that thinks very highly of you, it's almost like they're defending you against other people. So what I'm getting with this is going back to, the mistake maybe that you made, or something where you kind of like messed up, right? and you apologize about it, like you're sincerely sorry. I'm getting that maybe other people that might know about it or have witnessed it, they're being really harsh on you, and they're being like really the judgy ones, not the person who was the recipient or like the victim, for lack of a better word. They're actually not as upset as the people around them. It's making me think of, like, with some of my best friends, when their boyfriend at the time did something like messed up that I didn't agree with, that hurt my friend's feeling or made them cry. It's like, oh my God, like that guy's such a jerk, like break up with them, like blah, 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 blah. Like I would be like that bulldog, right? That's guarding my friend and like having my friend's back like a maniac. And my friend wouldn't be as upset about what their boyfriend did as I would be, right? So it's kind of like that scenario where it's not really the person that you maybe wronged that's really struggling with what happened. It's kind of everybody else, including you. Okay? And I'm really feeling that they're actually defending you, and they're probably a little bit more level-headed than anyone else at this point in time. Okay? Like with the Pentacles and the Swords energy, what I'm feeling is this like merging of Pentacles and Swords, where it's like this very grounded thinking, this grounded understanding. It's like they can see maybe why you did what you did. It doesn't mean they weren't hurt at all, right? And it doesn't mean that they don't forgive you, kind of thing. It's like they forgive you even though it hurt their feelings, because they can kind of see what you were trying to do. They kind of see your intentions. They see the misunderstanding, the miscommunication, like how this mistake came to be, whatever, again, the scenario is. They see it and they get it. Okay? And honestly, they're ready to just put this behind them. It's like everyone else is still talking about it. You're still maybe bringing it up, or you're still down about it, and they could tell. And they're like, yo, like, there's no sense beating a dead horse. Like, let's move on already. Like, you feel bad about it. I understand where you're coming from. And let's just make sure it doesn't happen again. Do you know what I'm saying? So really, the secret here is this person isn't making as big a deal about it as you are, and they've already moved on to other things. Like, they're not even worried about it. Okay, so that's one aspect that I'm getting here. Now, we also have the Queen of Wands with the Empress. And, the Empress energy really is the root of all the Queen energy within the deck. And so I'm feeling this Empress feeding the energy of the Wands. Okay, so what is the Wands about? It's about this confidence that's coming through, this really passion and belief in you. That's what this highly thought of is. They really are, they really are your cheerleader. They really do have your back. This other person that you're worried about what they think of you, like, they have a lot of faith in you. They believe in you very, very strongly, very passionately, like to that point of fiery belief, and they will fight for you. They will have your back, and they will never give up on you, is what I'm hearing. Even at the times where you feel like you want to give up on yourself, they will never give up on you. They really want you to succeed, okay? And that's really beautiful. So what else do we have here? We have the Page of Wands, Magician, and the Lovers. What messages are these sharing? I'm hearing here you need to give yourself a little bit of a pep talk. Like, look in the mirror. When I was doing a lot of spiritual, I almost said like renovation. I guess it's kind of spiritual renovation, where it's like you really dig deep into who you are, what you're about, your purpose, your values, what you stand for, who you believe yourself to be, that kind of thing. One of the things a lot of people talk about is like looking in the mirror and saying affirmations to yourself, giving yourself compliments, saying good things about yourself, even simply looking in the mirror eye to eye with your reflection and saying, I love you, and I feel like that's what's really kind of some advice and suggestions for you right now, is to give yourself a pep talk. Fill your mind with positive thoughts of yourself, positive opinions of yourself, because at the end of the day, your opinion of yourself is going to be the most important. It doesn't matter what other people say to lift you up. If you don't really believe it and you don't believe in yourself, like, their words are not going to be as impactful or as powerful. So it's very important for you to also be your own cheerleader and also be your biggest fan, your biggest supporter. Okay. So I'm really seeing that that is kind of the key to really moving forward in a more elevated, high energy state. Okay. And that's what I see with the Page of Swords and the Magician. This circumstance that you're in, this experience you're having right now, is one of those lessons in life to be compassionate with yourself and to remember that you need to be very aware of the ways in which maybe you criticize or judge yourself that are actually harmful, okay? That are counterproductive to what you're trying to do. So it's a new way of seeing yourself, new way of thinking about yourself. And this is really going to help you achieve success here and help you take those steps to believing things are possible for you and that you can do it, okay? Again, other people, they can cheer you on and believe in you and say, hey, you got this, keep fighting, keep moving forward, like, I forgive you, no harm, no foul, like, this was a learning process for everybody, like, we're better people now that we went through this. But it's also important for you to be on that same page, you know, to also believe in yourself and move forward, move on, and just be a better version of yourself now that you know, okay? So let's get a little bit more tarot to kind of round out your reading here. Wow, so we have some powerful major arcana cards here. We have the Judgment card and we have the Chariot card with the 8 of Cups and the 2 of Coins. Okay, so really here what I'm getting is, again, these feelings of self-doubt. You need to let those go. You need to leave that mindset, that energy behind, and step into this more empowered version of you that feels a little bit more confident, a little bit more at ease, a little bit more at peace with yourself, okay? Now, here with the Chariot and the Judgment card, what I'm really feeling here is that this judgment is really just yourself. Like, you've been judging yourself quite harshly, and it's time to move past that, move on, okay? Like, what's done is done. Things happened. People had their feelings about it, like everybody. And at the end of the day, we cannot stay in those feelings. We cannot dwell there. With the Chariot, life moves on. It's important to keep moving forward and just take the lessons and the learnings with you and leave that guilt and shame behind. All right? They're not going to serve you moving forward. And lastly, we have the 2 of Coins here. It's about that balance. Okay, I'm getting here like things may have felt really emotionally chaotic and rocky here, and it's time for you to kind of come back to your center, come back to this energy of peace, of optimism, okay, and kind of soothe those turbulent emotions that have been weighing you down. And I'm hearing too that it's important for you to do something that's very relaxing and refreshing for you. So if that's exercise for you, if that's, you know, a cleanse, a dietary cleanse, if it's a nice bath, if it's a spa treatment, a massage, like whatever that is for you, it's important for you to do that to kind of reset yourself, okay? Because again, people think this person, you know, they really think highly of you and they believe in you, and they're not holding any grudges at all, okay? So I hope you enjoyed your reading, loves. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with others if you really enjoyed it. I would appreciate that so much. Until next time, take care. Hello there, Group 3. Welcome to your reading to find the secret that you need to know about right now. And for those of you drawn to the Dog card, the part on the bottom says, protection from a powerful friend. So what I'm feeling here for you all is that someone is behind the scenes. Really, they have your back here, okay? That they are maybe speaking with somebody or pulling some strings behind the scenes to really help you and and try to orchestrate things so that they work out in your favor. Okay, and this is a beautiful blessing for you to have here, because we're not omniscient. We don't know what's going on with everybody at every moment, at every time of the day, kind of thing. And other people are doing things that maybe we're not aware of. And I don't mean like in a shady way. I mean like people are doing things to really support you, back you up, okay? Like what I'm getting for some of you, and this is a very, very specific message, is this is like having to do with the workplace, okay? That someone is really going to bat for you and advocating for you, all right? Someone is really saying like, I'm hearing that there have been a lot of, job cuts with the economy being the way it is. And what I'm hearing is that there's someone, a powerful ally, a powerful friend in the workplace that is really fighting for you to keep your job, is one thing, get promoted is another thing, or have a raise, okay? So there are really people that are in your corner. Well, I shouldn't say people, it's like literally one person here is what I'm getting. It doesn't mean that a lot of other people don't think highly of you and believe in you and your skills and what your contributions are, but I feel like there's just this one person that this reading is focusing on that's really going to bat for you, that, you probably know that they support you and that, you can trust them to have your back, but you might not fully be aware of the lengths and the passion to which they do that for you. Okay, so that's like a message for not all of you, but some of you. I'm also getting too, interestingly, is that there is like someone trying to get in your space. It might be like someone that's trying to become friends with you, or someone that's maybe trying to flirt with you, right? Someone who has a romantic interest in you, and your friend is really trying to protect you from them, because this person I'm getting does not have the best vibes, the best juju, is not really going to be a positive force in your life, a positive presence in your life. And interestingly, I'm getting that this person is like trouble, okay? Like they are kind of like a little bit shady, a little bit like unreliable, a little bit flaky, a little bit immature. And so your friend is trying to protect you from that person getting too close to you, okay? Because they know that that one doesn't bring in good energy. And that kind of reminds me, my best friend used to do that for me when I was younger. And I never thought of it in quite this way before, but I remember, when I was going to university and studying really hard, and then I went away to get my master's degree. Like my best friend, sometimes I don't give him enough credit, but he's very observant, he's actually very thoughtful, and I know those things, but sometimes I forget to the extent in which he is thoughtful and aware. And I asked him once, my feelings were kind of hurt because I wasn't invited to go out to some event with his friends and stuff. And he told me, he's like, well, I know that, you're working really hard, you're trying to make something of your life. And sometimes I just want to protect you because some of my friends, they do things that can be a little bit risky. And I want to protect you from that, that some situations that perhaps aren't the best for you. And I appreciate it at the time, but I didn't think of it in the way that I do right now as I'm doing your reading. So perhaps that really resonates with some of you, So let's take a look at some tarot cards to kind of get more information on this secret that needs to be revealed. So interesting that you're getting these cards so far, the Hierophant, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, because these cards showed up in the other readings. Like this was from group 1, and those two were from group 2. So very, very interesting that these cards pop up again. And I like shuffled the deck like crazy before I started recording your reading. So it's interesting, to say the least. And we're getting even more cards. Like this, these two cards also were from the other two readings. And so was this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just pause for a moment because this is really wild that after all this shuffling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 8 cards that we have so far are from other readings. So why don't we just focus in first on these 2 8s before we interpret the other cards for your particular reading. So 8. Right away, I'm really feeling called to remind you all, if you don't know already, about the number 8. The number 8 is about this amplification of manifestation in your life. So the 8 represents the infinity symbol, kind of turned vertically, and it's about as above, so below. And what I'm getting here is more of this energy of protection coming through, that someone has you in their thoughts and your well-being in your thoughts, and they're taking any and all action possible to keep you safe, to make the reality of your life that you are safe and protected and looked after, that, you know, bad things won't happen to you as long as they can prevent it. That's what I'm really getting. This person has this idea in their head that they want you to be safe and protected and supported at all times and get what you deserve, and they are taking every action possible. Okay, that's this as above, so below. Above meaning like the mind, the ideas, the dreams, the thoughts, and as below meaning physical reality, like how things actually play out in life. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And also, now that I'm looking at it, how aligned we have Swords, which is all about the mind, and Pentacles, which is all about physical reality, how things play out in our day-to-day lives. And so that energy is really coming through here for sure. And they're, with the 8 of Swords, I'm definitely seeing that they're trying to keep this on the down low. Like, they're not trying to make a big deal about it. They're not trying to make a big scene about it. It's like genuinely they want what's best for you, and they don't need to tell you that they have your back. They don't feel like it's important or necessary to tell you every little thing that they say or do for your benefit, for your sake, because they don't need any reward. They don't need like you to say thank you or give them a gift as a sign of appreciation. Like, they're genuinely doing this from their heart because they care that much about you. And what I'm seeing here is this energy actually of gratitude is what I'm getting from this card. It's like they really feel like you have such a positive presence in their life and that you've done so much for them that this is nothing for them to do, to, you know, protect you, fight for you, advocate for you, because they truly feel you're a blessing in their life and you've given them so much in ways you don't even know, and they just want to give that energy back to you as well. Okay, because they're grateful. They're grateful. That's the energy that I'm getting here. Okay, let's see what some of these, actually I'm going to move this here because I feel like maybe the energy will be a little bit clearer if I kind of keep the 2 energies that are new here. So what I'm seeing here is they, again, want to defend you. They feel like it's almost like their duty in a way. And it's not something that they feel like is a burden to them or an obligation, but it just feels like this is what's right to them, is to protect you. Okay? And what I'm really seeing here is, okay, now this is a little bit more clear. Thank goodness, because at first I was like, what's coming through? It felt like there was so much coming through, but I couldn't like grab onto anything. So they see you here as sort of like this younger energy. And it's not so much about like age per se, but they kind of see you as like the younger sibling in a way, okay? And that they're the one that has to look after you and protect you. It kind of reminds me of those honorifics that they use in a lot of Asian cultures when they speak to, like when a junior speaks to their senior and when a senior speaks to their junior, right? It's like they kind of feel that dynamic between you, where they're the one that's the senior, they're the one that's in the position to be that protector for you. So that's that energy that I'm seeing here. I'm also seeing here that it really, it really affects them when you have a hard time, when you face difficulties. Like they really, oh, this is like just such a beautiful kind of connection and relationship you have with this person that not only do they want you to succeed, but when you struggle, when you stumble, when you fall, when you're crying, when you're hurting, it really affects them. And they like never want you to go through that, even though we all have to have ups and downs in life. They really want to do everything in their power to keep it at a minimum. So they really are very caring of you. I'm getting the sense too that they are quite powerful, your friend. For many of you, it's the position and the title that they have in life. Maybe it's the status as well that they have in life. I'm also getting the sense that many of you too, this friend is like very spiritually powerful. Like maybe with the magician, like they could be a witch. Maybe they could be like a powerful manifester. They have really powerful spirit energy. I know that maybe for some of you might feel a bit like out there, but this person has a very powerful presence, and they really can use that power to influence things around them. It's kind of like celebrities, right? Like a celebrity, they can say, oh, I love to drink this beverage, and then like all their fans go crazy, and then they want to buy that beverage and drink it too, right? It's like this person has very powerful energy similar to that. Maybe it's not on the same scale as like a celebrity, but still, they have a lot of power, which is amazing. I wasn't expecting to kind of pull through that information about this friend of yours, but they legit are very powerful. And are very mature in that very spiritual way as well. Maybe they're really big on like law of attraction, mindset, energies, chakras, right? That kind of thing. Maybe they know a lot about herbology, Wiccan things, right? All that kind of stuff. They're really good at that. So that's really cool. And really what I'm getting from the other cards is they know you have a lot of dreams, they have a lot of goals, a lot of ambitions, and they're here to support that in any way that they can. With the Hierophant, it's like whatever way that they can assist you that's proper, they will do so. Okay, it's like they just want to do the right thing by you, and they don't want you to suffer from any kind of injustice or unfairness. That kind of vibe is what I'm getting from these cards. Okay, let's pull a few more cards to round out your reading. So we have Justice, the Lovers. Oh, that's really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Let's get a couple more. The Three of Swords. Oh my gosh, you're the second reading today that got the Three of Swords. So just emphasizing that when you are experiencing pain and heartbreak and disappointment, like they really do feel it as well, as if it happened to them almost. And you also have the Hermit. So what I'm really feeling here is this powerful friend, they're a soul connection. Like they're not necessarily your lover, although for some of you it could be. But with the Lovers card, I'm really getting the sense here that you are like soul mates, that you've had many lifetimes together, and you are very often on the same side, supporting each other, okay? Like maybe in one lifetime you were siblings, if you're not blood related in this lifetime. Maybe in another lifetime, one person was like a parent and then the other person was a child, So you had this dynamic play out quite a bit in previous lifetimes. What I'm getting here as well is Justice. So this speaks to this powerful friend. Like again, they're a real advocate for doing what's right. And even though there is maybe a hint of favoritism with you, that they want you to succeed because they care for you and love you, there's also the fact of the matter is that you do great work and you are a great person. And so great people deserve great things, is kind of how their mind is thinking. All right. Now, with the Hermit card, I sense too, which is very kind of interesting, that they get that you need to do things on your own and they can't always be there to protect you and have your back. And that sometimes you need to learn things on your own as well, like learn to stand up for yourself. And so they try their best not to intervene and interfere unless absolutely necessary. Okay, so they're very thoughtful as well. In that regard. So this is such a lovely reading. Oh, I'm so glad that you have this powerful, beautiful soulmate in your life. It's such a blessing. So if you enjoyed your reading, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.